Now we come down to the final race of the 2024 chrono karting season. It's KZ2, it's the season finale, the last race out of what has been an 8-month and 1-week journey as we started back on February the 25th, 2024, right at this very circuit. So, Thomas Cypers and Bob Plug round out the front row of the grid with Cypers on pole, having won the pre-final. Jens Tur, one step away from a 2024 title, will be joined by Renzo Alibax on row number 2. And I remember them battling in juniors. Now we get to see it in KZ2. Christian De Klein and Enzo Boll on row 3. Daniel Stell and Kevin Stehauer, row 4. Dirk van Sifthout and Robin Glirum, the other driver that is still in with a chance of the championship. They ran at the top 10. Dominic Reuters, Len Nys, Tim Verelst, Fahin Mega, Rob Lucassen, Frederick Zebis, Oscar Steinbach, Jeffrey Fixer, Dan Zopfi, Jelle Teboma, Rick Mewis, Jori Molema, Matthew Vandenbroek, Christopher Zaxa, Nigel Hendricks, Erik Angenint, Jaden Teen, Drake Jansen and Daniel Tenbach. 10 points separating our top 2 in the championship. Job Briefeld, what a way to close out the season. Another title to decide, and more importantly, it's out on track.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Treur and Glirum have both been fast this season. Glirum now starting a little bit further down the order, but yeah, I'm wondering what he can offer to fight for a championship right now.
Yeah, exactly. So 10 points, meaning that if, well, looking at it from this perspective, Robin Glirum needs to finish ahead by 10 points. So he needs Jens to finish lower than 8th to take the title. But Glirum has to win on the road. Of course, Quinn Winkel, last year's outgoing champion, did the donut display. I remember seeing the chrono karting after movie. And what a wonderful setting we've got here. The grandstand absolutely packed. Again, I'm looking forward to seeing if Jaden Teen doesn't have any gremlins this time, how far he could rocket up the order, especially when we saw how difficult his first ever proper race start in race weekend conditions, and considering him and Dimitar Lazarov are the only 2 drivers out of 177 that have done double duty this weekend. So it's one thing to go out there, win your title in seniors, and then go, right, I'm in the piranha pen now.
Yeah, and of course it's difficult starting in KZ and doing the 2 classes at the same time. Well, I think that seems to be, I think that's Nigel Hendricks who has just parked it already in a formation lab.
Yeah, due to start 25th. That's a shame for him. So we're down to 28 before we've even got things underway. But, folks, I'm going to give this young man to my left-hand side the honour of taking us through the start. So over to you, Job Briefeld, for the start of the KZ2 final here for round 8.
Cyphers and Ploeg now lining up on the first row, warming up the tires just before they arrive in the corridor. I think it's going to be an exciting race. We have a nice field of drivers, many drivers also, and I think in the top 10 we have quite a few competitors for the podium. So, revving up their engines still. Teen now also entering the corridor. I indeed wonder what's he going to achieve. I mean, he has great speed, and I think he can go up the order quite a bit.
That is going to be an interesting prospect, but yeah, I'm looking forward to the lights going out here, buddy.
There they go, the green flag waves, which means the lights are about to come on. Revving up for the season finale. And it's lights out and away they go. It's a really good start from Ploeg, going right up alongside Cyphers. Bit of mayhem in the midfield.
Oh! One cart's got 3 wheels on its wagon.
It's lost its wheels, and unfortunately Christian De Klein is the victim of that also, who got taken out.
2-1-4 in that.
I think that's a Renzo Alibax.
And it was the right front. Oh, the right front came adrift.
Oh, that's a pity. That's a shame. Also for De Klein, who was one of the biggest gainers in the pre-final, actually.
Yeah, he was. He was down in 25th after qualifying and getting a 3-second time penalty for a second official warning.
And it's Daniel still in the second place, going from 7th place on the grid, overtaking 5 other drivers. Treur now in 3rd, Kevin Stehauer in 4th.
Enzo Bol rounding out the top 5 now in the 255. He's got, I think, probably Robin Glirum up his exhaust pipe at the moment. But look at the lead from Thomas Cypers. That is immense after the opening lap, 1.3 seconds.
Oh, Glirum going up alongside Kevin Stehauer, almost passing Enzo Bol in the meantime. Bol now passed Stehauer also. I think this can be pretty interesting for the championship, because Glirum is getting close to Treur.
Yeah, so Renzo Alibak's 3 wheels on the wagon, the right front parting company from the stub axle, I'm afraid. Would have been even worse if it was a rear tyre, rear LeConte, rather than the front right. So, yeah, maybe, I mean, the thing is that, yeah, you can tighten everything up like through the nuts, the bolts, the washers, but an impact can dislodge them very, very quickly, especially with how delicate these karts are, especially with the tie rod, the track rod, the steering, because you haven't in, like, say, a traditional, let's say, GT4 car, you've got a traditional car-based steering rack. In this, all you've got is a lever system. So when you turn it right, the lever activates the right side, and thereby making sure it's nuts and bolts, folks. That's what it is. It's nuts and bolts. But at the moment, Jens Treur currently sitting in 3rd. Robin Glirum now up into 5th behind Enzo Bol. So it's got to be one. Well, it's only going to be one of one thing. One of those drivers hits trouble, the other one gets the title. Guaranteed. If there's a mechanical failure, then that is the only way, or an incident. Those are the only 2 ways that I see this panning out. And at the minute, Jens Treur in 3rd place on the Falcon chassis has got the advantage at the moment. Glirum is only 2 places behind him. Okay, that pretty much puts the gap maybe down to 8 points between them.
I think so, yes. And also one thing to keep in mind is that both drivers have pretty much used their scrap results already, as they scored low in 2 races.
Well, Glirum got two zeros because he didn't take part in round 3 at Marienborg.
So, like any disaster that strikes can be fatal, because they can't scrap it. So I think that will be quite exciting to see how this race unfolds.
Okay, right, so I'm going to start doing the calculations. Bear with me, folks. So Jens Treur, 6.43.
Oh, and we have a move up the inside from Tim Verels, who threw a dummy move in going into the canteen corner.
Running the old DAP livery as well. Of course, DAP run by, well...
Oh, and we have Bol going up the inside of Treur. Glirum and Treur now behind each other. Okay, now it's really going to unfold.
So now, 6.43 plays 6.33. So, first is 55, second is 52, third is 50. Treur now down into 4th. That puts him on 49 points. So that puts him on 6.92. Robin Glirum, 48 points. That puts him...
Glirum up the inside of Treur.
Okay, so that now puts it 6.91, 6.82. 9 points. 9 points is the differential. And I'm just going to put this out here, folks. I don't think either of them are safe. Because... Oh, I just heard a very, very noisy exhaust.
I think someone's exhaust has come off.
Yeah, that was Tim Verelst. He's just parked it.
Oh, no.
Tim Verelst has just parked at the DAP.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah, so, as I was saying, DAP, the factory team had Ayrton Senna da Silva and Terry Fullerton on their squad in the mid to late 1970s. Had the pleasure of interviewing Terry for Karting magazine a few years ago on a Senna anniversary edition. So yeah, Tim Verelst, I think someone ended up mounting the back of his kart, and he was making really, really good progress. So he's out, Hendricks out, Alibak's out. Decline is about 9.7 seconds behind Matthew van den Broek.
And in the meantime, Stel has closed the gap by almost a second to Cyphers.
Oh, and here it is. Oh, there we go. Clearham tries for the switchback, and he robustly goes through on Kevin Steyauer. Oh, my goodness me. All I'm going to say is, who's got which handbag? Who's got the Louis Vuitton? Who's got the Gianni Versace handbag between these two? Because, yes, it is a regular thing that us British commentators say, handbags at dawn when you know that there's a title up for grabs. But Cyprus and Stell have run away with this. Boll might be able to catch them. I mean, we both know Enzo very, very well anyway. And when he's on his A game, you cannot stop him for toffee.
Yeah, now he has created a bit of a gap behind him. I think he can now focus on just driving his laps and trying to close the gap between the two leaders in the race, who might start fighting it out soon, which can give the opportunity to other competitors to come pretty close to the leading position.
So, looking... Okay. Right, I'm going to roll off a list here. Behind Jens Tur in 4th and Robin Clearham in 5th are the following drivers. Gavin Steyauer, Dirk van Siftal, Dominic Reuters, Jeffrey Fixer, Farin Mega in his last race as a competitive karting driver, and then Rob Lucassen. But the three that are the real danger are Van Siftal, Reuters and Fixer. And that could be an interesting mix to what we've got now, because those three behind Steyauer are running equally on pace. Okay, I'm just seeing who's got the fastest lap. Farin Mega. I think Farin Mega's trying to do a Danny Rick on his last race in karting. He's just put in the fastest lap of the race. Of course, Mum Nina is here as well. Farin has been coaching Kimi Mai over the course of the last season and a bit, but this is looking to be rather exciting at the front end of the field here. With Thomas Cypers versus Daniel Stell.
Yeah, I mean, he's really applying the pressure. Actually, going over start-finish every lap, he's really coming close to Cyphers, and who knows, we're going to see another race unfold. And Megger still with the fastest lap, I believe. His speed is really good. Oh, wait, no, we have Christian de Klein still running, who just put in a 52.5.
52.536 as...
Oh, and they come together.
Daniel Stell lets him back through. Good, a very, very good call. And the reason being is that race control will look favourably on that. If you make that kind of move and you keep the position, you will more than likely get a slam dunk advantage by contact penalty. So, yeah, now Daniel Stell's got to do it all over again.
Yeah, of course he wants to avoid getting penalised. But now still I think he has a good chance. He hasn't lost the slipstream still, so he's still pretty close by. In the meantime, we have Enzo Bol still on 2.6 seconds behind, so it's going to be difficult for him to close the gap to positions 1 and 2.
Yeah.
But I think he's pretty comfortably in 3rd place right now.
4 minutes to go, plus 2 additional laps to come to the end of what has been an exciting and enthralling 2024 championship season for the Dutch Championship for Rotax and KZ2, powered by Chrono Karting. And as the light starts to set, I think we'll probably by the time we get the podium started, we'll be under nightfall.
Oh,
but
Stel has passed Cyphers. I think that happened in the chicane at the end of the Europa lane.
Yeah, I think you're right there, Job. Normally, that's always seems to be the good opportunity. You know, you go up through the gears, and you go through the gears quite quickly on a KZ2 as well. So, like, literally, within probably a second and a half, you're already going up from 2nd into 6th, whilst you're accelerating, because the revs on these engines are quite significant, and that's why you get this distinct roar from the exhaust. But still, at the moment, Jens Tur is on course to become the champion this year. It really, really does come down to this moment in time whereby you fought all the way through the season. You've put your best foot forward. You've had trials, you've had tribulations, you've had setbacks, you've dusted yourself off, you've picked yourself back up, and you've just gone, you know what? Just got to roll with it. Just got to go. See what happens. And
Kevin Steyauer making a very late lunge.
Interestingly enough, I just noticed that Jens Tur was looking at the looking at the front right of his kart. Now, that fills me with a little bit of worry for that driver, unless his peripheral vision is that good that he can see who's behind him. But if it starts to be the case that he starts looking down at that right front too often, I get very, very worried very quickly if I'm looking at it from an outside perspective.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he still seems to have quite a bit of pace. It's gonna. I think the race here is still gonna unfold. Kevin Steauer actually looking pretty feisty right now, having good pace. Ooh, but his bumper is pretty low to the ground. I think we may have a case of a nose cone penalty here.
Oh dear, the iPhone of doom will be coming out later when he goes through into part for main scrutineering.
Meyer going up the inside of Reuters.
Two countrymen battling it out, elbows out and sharpened. That definitely got you some screen time there, Farin.
Yeah, definitely. A really nice late move. He's been behind Reuters for quite some laps, trying to overtake. Now he has finally managed to do it. Next up on his list is Dirk van Silverhout, who is just right in front of Megger. And I think he's going to try to catch him right now.
Yeah, we are coming down to the final few moments of the championship season with one more title on the verge of being decided within the next 3 minutes. So we are going to get another couple of, well, we've got 2 laps to go after the timer expires.
He tries it again. Steauer again up the inside of Treur.
That's still not going to be enough for Glirum to take the title. Still not going to be enough. So 3 laps to go, including this one. And it has been a case, just like Glenn Vandenhoek that we saw in the KZ2 Masters final, he did exactly what he needed to do. And Jens Tur knew that he had to stay ahead of Robin Glirum for the whole of this race. And that's exactly what he's been able to do. Even if Glirum gets through, it's not going to be enough. It's not going to be enough for the 216 running on the Birol Arts to get ahead of the 242 running, who earlier on in this season was running CRG, now makes the switch to has made switch to Falcon, which seems to suit his driving style. As the timer expires, 2 laps to go. Stel now leads by 9/10 from Cypers. Bol third, Stehauer, Treur, Glirum, Mega, Van Siftout, Reuters and Fixer complete the top 10.
We have Christian de Klein pulling in another fast lap. 52.4, now the fastest lap of the race. Unfortunately, there was some drama for him in the first lap. Now we have Glirum going up the inside of Treur. I think Treur does not want to take too many risks here and just save the championship.
Exactly, I completely agree there. Yup, so more to the point, it is going to be the case that very shortly, Germany's Daniel Stel now comes out of turn number 12 and pips us on to the last lap of the season and the last lap of this race. Cypers, Bol, Steauer, Glirum, Treur 1 lap away. And that will be enough. That'll be enough for him to take the title. As they come through in towards the Europalan for the final time, it has been a great battle at the front end of the field. It has been a great season-long battle between Jens Treur and Robin Glirum. And Enzo Bol has got Kevin Steauer right on his case.
Yeah, I mean, Steauer really looks fast right now. He has managed to maintain his pace throughout the entire race. Now in those closing laps, he certainly seemed pretty fast. However, it's the final lap going into the final corner. That means it's... we almost have a job there still from Steauer, but that means it's a job done for Daniel Stel, winning the final race of this weekend and the final race of this season.
So Daniel Stel takes the win by a commanding 1 1/4 seconds ahead of Thomas Cypers. Enzo Bol takes third. Kevin Steauer takes fourth. Robin Glirum rounds out the top 5, but provisionally your 2024 KZ2 champion. It goes from Quinvinkel last year. Jens Tur finishes in the right place, right time, and I think provisionally we'll wait for Gabi Gabi from Chrono, who is waiting by the red line of no return on the entrance to the pit lane. And we can also now confirm your 2024 DD2 Chrono Karting champion, Zem Knopfjes. And there it is, there's the sign, and there we go, the handshake and the Dutch national flag. Jens Tur, victorious in 2024 in KZ2. Rounding out the on-track action for the 2024 season. We'll be right back after Jens has had his customary traditional chrono karting lap of honour here at the Home of Champions. And with Jens Tur, now comes out Zem Knopfjes, second in the grand finals, but becomes DD2 champion for 2024. And here is the lap of honour.